Well, hello, boys and girls. I'm Pearl of Wisdom, and you're listening to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom on the Red Light Special Post Meditation. Yes, I like to meditate on hockey so I can give you all the fine pearls that you're looking for not every single day actually, when I feel like it. I think I did one a couple days ago. Anyways, I got my juice. This whole Zaitsev thing has got my juices flowing. It's an interesting thing that's going on there. Something that happens in Toronto a lot, and I don't know how you view it. I don't know. Zaitsev apparently came out to the Russian media and said that it's extremely difficult to play defense in Toronto. By difficult, he apparently means that if things are going good, it's expected, and if things are going bad, they just thrash you, which they do. And Zaitsev, you didn't play well, so he must know that he didn't play the best possible. So he's kind of blaming the atmosphere for that. And you know what? People are human. I'm not going to thrash the guy, even though he's getting paid $4.5 million to play hockey. Even if you are being paid $4.5 million to play hockey, some guys cannot filter out that sort of thing. He even mentioned that when Jake Muzzin came from LA, he got thrashed. Yes, everybody gets thrashed in Toronto. It's a place where people get thrashed. So some guys can handle it, some guys can't handle it. That's why you bring in guys like Patrick Marleau, because Patrick Marleau has the head about him to help other guys through the media and all the stuff that goes on in Toronto. Anyways, Zaitsev can't handle it. I don't want to know if I go into much more of that. If you want to talk more about it, put it in the comment section. So where do we go from here? Well, Zaitsev's only a 27-year-old D-man. Now, you got to look. There's going to be teams in the league for $4.5 million for a 27-year-old D-man who it's possible that in a different environment he has shown the capabilities of being a top four defenseman in his career. You have to find a team now that believes that he can be a top four defenseman. Dubas, you got to say, Dubas didn't do what probably Lamoriello would have did and just kept his mouth shut and nobody would have heard anything. He actually came out and said, you know what, we're going to try to help the kid out, the guy out. Can't even call it a kid. Dubas isn't even that much older than him. But we're going to help the guy out. I kind of like it because he's going to want to bring free agents in, and he's going to want people to know, you know what, we care about these guys. If he doesn't want to be here for whatever the reasons are, we respect that. We're going to move him out. Where could he go? I went down the list of the teams that's possible places for him to go. There's the New York Islanders would probably, maybe. They've got a lot of young defensemen coming up right now, too. Teams with cap space like the Ottawa Senators, I don't know if you'd be willing to go there. The media is a little less thrashing there, but if you just want to lose all the time and you don't care, maybe that's not a bad place to go. But a team that they've already traded with, they brought up Jake Muzzin. He's a younger player. Jake Muzzin was moved out because he's older and they're looking to get younger. The LA Kings. The LA Kings would probably take a flyer on him. Now, what would the return? I'm not saying that LA is going to be the team he goes to, but I'm just saying that that's a possibility. There's other teams that were in the bottom of the league that, Detroit's looking for a defenseman. He's younger. Is that Detroit media any better? Apparently, from what I understand, there is no worse media than Toronto. And he doesn't have... This is the other thing. This is how much he hates it in Toronto. If he waited one more year, he's got a 10-team no-movement clause. So he's doing it now when they can trade him anywhere, and he can't say anything about it. I'm sure Dubas will work with him on maybe some things that might help him out, but ultimately they're going to try to get the best return. Now, what kind of return are you going to get on a guy who didn't have a great year, is asking for a trade? You know that the guy's leaving. I don't know how many teams out there that are going to be clamoring to get a guy like Zaitsev. I think at best you're going to get for Zaitsev is a second round pick, which gets $4 million off the books. Okay, and they have to sign Marner, which looks like he's going to be looking for 10, 11 million, and should, because he's as good as he's as good as any player out there making that around that kind of money. Maybe they get him for 10. Then you've got 3 players. I'll go in that with Toronto anyways. But you're going to need some room. The problem is you're also going to need another defenseman, because unless you're signing Gardner again, which is going to cost you $7 million a year, now you do not have Zaitsev and you don't have Gardner, and you didn't have that much depth to begin with. So you've got like Riley, maybe Hainsey if he decides to play. Like, you don't have any defense. So now you got to find a way to get defense. Now, are you going to trade Zaitsev for a defenseman? Not likely. If a team wants him, they want defense. The only way you would be able to trade Zaitsev and get a defenseman back, more than likely, is if you were to take an older player. There are some guys out there that could fill the bill on free agency that aren't too expensive, like Braden Coburn, and players like that. But it's going to be tough for Toronto now to fill those roster spots up with anybody better than Zaitsev at $4.5 million a year. So, to make a long story short, I have a hard time thrashing people for deciding they want to go a different direction. And this is where I really wanted to get into this. I'm not you're making $4.5 million a year, shut the fuck up type guy. I don't think people realize how much it takes for players to get to where they get to. There are lots of players that had had enough talent to make the NHL, but didn't make it because they didn't have the work ethic. I'm going to put my thumb up. They didn't have the work ethic. They didn't have the tenacity or mental ability to stay with it to be able to get there. And if it takes a lot. The jump from junior to even the AHL to the NHL is enormous, and the commitment it takes is almost inhuman. These guys, do these guys deserve $4.5 million a year? Well, I mean, do you have TV rights? People want to watch the shit, they get paid. Simple as that. I agree, ballerinas should probably make that kind of money too for what they got to go through. But they don't have the TV rights. They're just fortunate that it is. But devoting your life to something and get paid a shitload in a market, it doesn't have anything to do with deserve or not deserve. What it does have to do with, what I'm trying to say is, if you have reached that point, yeah, you have reached the point where you've got options. If you don't want to be somewhere, I don't blame you. I would probably leave as well. I worked my balls off. I've got to the highest of my craft, and now I should have options. You can disagree with me if you want. Throw it down there if you do. I would love to have a conversation about it. It's getting long here, and I have to have. I'm only 10 naps in this morning. I need another nap. I gotta have another nap. Hit the subscribe button and the bell, and I'll send you a My NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace signed by me. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.